Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University.
Hello and namaste to everyone. I, Dr. Janma Vasavada, from English Department, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University, Ahmedabad, and from the Chaitanya Studio, I welcome all of you again. Let me remind you, all dear learners, that today we are going ahead with another series of lectures that contains origin and evolution of drama in the paper termed as the study of drama. Now, in prior lecture, we have already seen what actually the drama is, different definitions given by dramatists, and how historically drama came up into existence and how it is evaluated. Now, I told you that it's going to be a long journey and it's going to be taken in bits, that we will be discussing drama as a form, and before that we will be also discussing drama as how it came up from different languages, from different continent, and the journey of drama as a form. So today, dear learners, we are going to learn firstly about how actually the current drama as a form is seen and why. We say in general that whatever we see now is actually the root cause is lying somewhere else. So the same thing that goes ahead with the form drama too. Drama actually began as religious preachings, learnings and teaching. As I've already mentioned prior, and yet I'm repeating, that drama is not a contemporary form. It is now, but it is quite an old form that has been practiced since ages. So 13th and 14th century onwards, drama was in practice. But during that time, European continent saw a mass degradation of different languages and religious interests. Now, Church thought that this is a kind of concern. And that is why during 12th and 13th century, because European continent entirely, commoners were not literate. Literate when I say that they were not formally educated. And so they were not able to read or write. And the major concern for the church was how to teach the sayings and preachings. Of course, they were delivering lectures, people were attempting prayer meetings and everything. But so far as they felt that it is not becoming effective. And the stories that they were narrating was a part of actually a depiction, which means while the narration is going on, people were not that much interested. And gradually, they saw a decay in their audience. So to regain their attention or to regain the interest of audience, they started with an experiment. And this experiment turned out in different 3 segments form of ancient dramas, which we term as miracle plays, mystery plays, and morality plays, as you see in my PPT. Now, clergy came up with this solution that everyone needs to be preached biblical stories, and they should know how Jesus came up, what sort of things were there, what are his preachings and teachings. So they began with a dramatized stories or a creation that was enactment in a term of drama, in terms of tableau, that is part of performance, part of entire story. So, to sum up, it used to be happening in a way that entire biblical stories were really huge, long narrative stories were there. And so, to cut up in different fragments, they came up with this solution that they will be coming up with tiny bits of every part, which means today they will be discussing one incident, and after that another series, another series. So to deal with a huge subject, they created a short tableau so that it was possible for them to enact. Initially, these mystery plays were the depiction of biblical stories only and the sermons of the preachers. They were often performed in churches with antiphonal songs, which means some chorus music and some songs were accompanied, and they were performed in cycles so that it could last for several days just to regain the attention of the learners. Miracle plays. Now, mystery plays, another thing. Why do we call mystery play? Mystery play is we are accompanying the word mystery with the mystery of God, God's words, and that is why they were simultaneously developing this as a larger platform. They saw that mystery plays were really a good success, and within that they felt that, the clergy felt that this mystery play is really famous amongst learners. And when learners are there or the audience is there, they are enjoying. So they also added in miracle plays. Simultaneously, because it was liked by a lot of people, they also developed some stories, some plays that depicted the clergy. They were the writers and orators. So it is not a prefixed thing that who wrote which play, but it was done in this way. In the beginning, it used to be acted by the clergy members outside the staircase of the cathedral, because while they are depicting the stories inside as a sermon or as preaching, it was okay because audience used to be seated in front. Now, when only an actor is performing and the front people are not able to see, only front people are able to see, and the remaining people are not able to see the performance, it is not effective. That is why they shifted from church to staircase. Now, on staircase itself, they started enactment. And till that time, they were just using all such materials which were available to church. Only clergymen used to perform initially, because they thought that it is actually a sermon or a kind of preaching that they are enforcing on people. They are spreading amongst people. It was just a kind of revival of the Bible that they wanted somehow, right? So, on streets also, or on staircase also, drama or the plays, mystery plays, miracle plays, were really famous. Soon, audience started getting interest. They started waiting for the next enactment. And every series of enactment began with mass. Flocks and flocks of people used to flock in. They used to come. And soon, they thought that, okay, this can turn out as a good way to reach more people. And that is why they started performing on streets too. On streets, they used to go across the town. It started becoming more and more famous amongst the audience. So it had to be shifted from church to staircase, staircase to town. This is a simple journey that was need of time. Until that point, there were no commercialization in mind. They never thought that they can make it really popular. And they also thought that it is going to be really good enhancement or enlightening amongst people. But gradually it happened that morality plays came into existence. And the transition between miracle plays to morality plays, I think, is more fascinating story. Let me again tell you another story. When a lot of people are there, mass is concerned, not everyone thinks in only one direction. And this topic, while we are discussing, it's about an entire clergy group. So naturally, they had different opinions. And initially, just to make it more appealing, enhancing, all what they did was they began with a kind of trolley, cart. It was a kind of cart that was two-storied. On the bottom side, it was curtained. And on the top side, they used to perform. The performers used to perform on top of the side. And when there are two stories, so in between the below segment, they used to keep curtains where they can change, they can keep the properties that they were using for enactment. And other English people, all those who were knowing English language, they also started participating in it. So then it came out with this solution or this creative idea that the card used to be pulled out amongst all the street entirely. Actors used to perform on stage. Below, from beneath, they used to circulate the props. And in this way, it was showcased. It gained more and more appealing attention. And there, I think more professional people started flocking in. They saw profit in it. They thought that it can be made more appealing to people because you can make it more gellable. Gellable as in you can make it more current. In those days, while 12th and 13th century we are talking about, they were only and only discussing about the need of religion. They wanted to just enforce the religion or just spread the religion. There was no malice feeling behind that. But then the professional idea came up that they can get benefit from it. And so gradually they started shifting the religious themes to the current ones. At that level that they gradually introduced all vices, the satanic characters also, devilish characters also started appearing live in front. And the interaction with actors and the audience became so close-knitted, so tight, that at times audience started reacting by hooting up, by cheering them up, by throwing rotten eggs and tomatoes on them. And this also led to, at times, quarrels. They started thinking that it is something going an extent further. Clergy people thought that we began with this idea, or we came up with this idea, was to preach people, not to create any ruckus on stage or not to create any commercialization out of it. So because this thing was need of time, another segment comes up, and that is morality plays. Morality plays used allegorical characters to teach moral lessons. They were a result of Christian symbolism and were intended for an educated middle class audience. It was targeted just to teach them that, hey, you need to behave in this way and this is not the right way, like that. Morality plays were initially serious and then became light-hearted over the time so far as the farce, satire, comedy entered in. So, dear learners, this was my today's teaching for morality plays, miracle plays, and mystery plays. In next class, we will be beginning with the characteristics of drama, and then gradually we'll be shifting with the age of different dramatists along with the history. Till then, I will definitely meet you soon, but till then, keep reading and happy learning. Thank you.
स्वाध्यायः परः